Things we'll be discussing in this video. The Edit View button is a button in the top right hand corner that enables working with that component at nearly any point. The course menu. Menu options are created and managed from this location in the new interface. Home page and modules, a new option as an entry point to your course. Instead of showing just announcements, you see many options about assignments, upcoming events, and more, all in one view. Types of content. There are many new types of content that are available for you to choose from to add to your course. Drag and drop reordering. Sorting order of items can now be done by clicking, dragging, and dropping into the desired order. Action menus. Instead of modify for an item, each item in editing mode now has some double arrow buttons or chevrons that you can use to access configuration and other options. Control panel drop-down interface. Expandable menus reveal sub-options to gain access to control panel options. Course files. One common file folder that you can use to add files and even create a drive on your computer for to link files in Blackboard. One of the first things that you'll see when logging into your Blackboard is the list of courses that you're affiliated with. One of the things that is new is the ability to drag these modules around and place them in any order that you would like to have them displayed in. You can still enter courses by clicking on the name of that particular course. Let's go ahead and we're going to click on BB Demo. This is one of the options for the entry point into your course. It's called the home page. It's a collection of the different options that are different things that are available in your course, such as the announcements, the calendar events, upcoming events, due dates, and things like that. These items are also rearrangeable by individual person in that course, and you can add or subtract modules that are displayed through the Add Course Module button located in the upper left hand corner. The main difference between any of the previous versions and the new version of Blackboard is the addition of the Edit button in the top right hand corner. When you toggle the Edit button, it toggles between what's a student view and an instructor view minus the control panel area. As a student, the students would not see that control panel area at all. When you go back to the Edit view, you get additional options, and that's the biggest change about this version of Blackboard, is that many things are edited right from where they display at in that edit mode. One of the first things that you see is the course menu, and so in the course menu you'll see the things like the home page, maybe the announcements, content areas, or things like course documents or things like that. Any of those things are renameable, configurable, and reorderable. To add new areas, you can use the plus sign located in the upper left hand corner. By using the plus sign, you can create content areas like your course documents or other things, and then you can also create any of these other items that are available to you. Let's go ahead and we'll create a new content area. And we'll make it available to users. That area is located down at the bottom, and by default it will have a gray box located next to it. A gray box next to it indicates that it is empty and thus will not display to students in the non-editing mode. So if I go up into the top right hand corner and toggle edit mode off, those areas will not display that have a gray area next to them because they are empty. Let's toggle the edit mode back on and the view will return. There's another view which a box has a slash through it. That means that it's unavailable. So it's either unavailable by that particular option or the course in general is unavailable. You can change the order of items in the menu by using the double arrow points to the left hand side of an item, and that's a current theme throughout any of the items located in Blackboard. If you have an area that you want to remove from the menu, you can use the chevron drop-downs located to the right of an item and choose the delete option. You'll get a prompt to select whether you want to make that choice or not. Then you can hit OK. That choice is permanent and unrecoverable. Other options related to the course menu are how they're displayed. So you can choose the list view, which is the default view. You can choose the folder view, which allows you to drill down to individual areas. You can choose a display course area in an external window, which you can close, and then you can refresh everything in that menu to get back to seeing everything that is current as possible. There are a couple of gotchas that you might need to watch out for with the course menu. The first is this double pointed arrow right here between the menu area and the content area. If you click on that area, it will compress that area over on the left hand side. Clicking on those double arrows may return that area. Your students may have trouble hiding that area accidentally and not be sure how to recover it. Another concern is this area right here below the course title. If you click on that area below the course title, it will completely collapse that menu and the options won't be shown. It might be good to educate your students about the arrows that collapse the options in the course menu, as well as the arrow between the menu area and the content area that would collapse all together, hiding all menu options. If you need to rename something, you can hit the drop down next to it and choose the rename link. And use the checkbox to make it take. To display a content area or navigate to an area, just click on the link and you'll automatically be taken there. When organizing your course, it is recommended that you utilize modules or units for course organization, where all course content is broken down by week or unit, and all related content or a link to it should be found within that particular folder. In this example, we've got our course organized into week modules, and each week would contain a collection of items all located inside that folder. For example, in week 1, we will have a summary of all items that are located in there, sample PowerPoints with an attachment, a description of that item and what the student should do with it, a sample file attachment, a sample journal attachment, a sample week 1 review in the WIMBA Live Classroom, a review quiz, and then a summary shown to the student after they turn in their particular quiz. Again, you can organize your course any way that you would like, but it's highly recommended that you make everything available within the same unit, all within the folder, so that the students can find everything that they need to work with. Let's go back to the course documents area and we'll learn about how to add content in the new Blackboard. You can hover over top of the Build Content area and you can create folders from this particular menu option, Content folder. You can create items, which is what you're used to from the item folder. Let's go ahead and add one of those real quick. So here's a syllabus sample, and I'm going to say what it is. And then I'm going to maybe add other information about what they should do with it, maybe keep a copy printed out, that kind of thing. In the next section, we'll browse to my computer to pull up a file, but you'll also see an option to browse course. This is a new feature that allows you to browse to any of the files that you've already uploaded to this particular course. I'm going to click on Browse My Computer, and I'm going to point to the syllabus template. I also have options about availability, which you may also already be familiar with. I'm going to submit, and that option will display right here. Other options available include the file, the audio, the image, the video, and the URL. The file the audio and the video will just have a link to the title of the file without a description, so those are not recommended. However, a URL is certainly handy if you need to point to a professional organization or a resource outside of your course. Be sure to police those links to make sure that they're current and up to date. Always use a course link to point to another part of your course instead of giving directions to go and click on something somewhere else. The blank page is a new option. It allows you a larger text box similar to an item that you can click on to display a content in a formatted text box. Another item that's new is the Flickr and SlideShare mashups, and soon we'll have YouTube mashups. From there you'll be able to click on an item, do a search for a particular photo category, hit go, and then scroll through the available results to choose a picture that you want. Any info that you want, and then choose the display options for that particular image. Let's go ahead and hit submit. And then there are two items in this content area now. Remember before when we talked about the course links, there were these arrows that you could drag items up and down. That's the same with any content area. So I can hover over these areas on the left hand side and change the order of them just by dragging them up and down. The next section we'll take a look at is the Create Assessment section. The test and survey options will be what you're familiar with. The assignment feature will be one of the default ways that you accept content from your students now with the loss of the digital Dropbox. To learn more about the assignment feature, you can watch the video dedicated to that particular topic. The self and peer assessment is a new feature that allows your students to review the submissions of others in a test-like environment. You can learn more about self and peer assessment in that particular video as well. The Add Interactive tool is what you would want to use to add content and interactivity to your particular course areas. It'll be very familiar to you if you use the drop down arrow in the old Blackboard interface to add interactive tools. And so it is highly recommended that you use these tools to add any kind of content or any of these tools to a content area. The next new area that we'll look at is the Assigned Textbook. It allows an easy interface to add a textbook image as well as information about your textbook. You can learn more about that in the Add Textbook video. Also remember that you can use your breadcrumb navigation up here at the top at any time to jump around inside of the course. Anytime that you need to remove course content, remember that you can use the action menu or drop down chevron located next to an item. If I hit the drop down here, I can choose to delete or permanently delete that particular item. If I only wanted to make it unavailable, I could go into the edit option and then choose available no. That allows the option of the students not seeing that item, and then I can come back and always remove it later. Course files are located over here in the control panel, and they're a new feature as well. You can see them by clicking on the arrow next to that area, and it will show any files that have been uploaded to that course. In summary, some of the things to watch out for most. The chevron shaped icons. This is the action menu, and it shows options related to that item located to the right of an object. Double-headed arrows, usually to the left of an object, and allow you to drag them around to reorder items. Losing the course menu. Accidentally collapsing the course menus on the left is easy to do with the double arrow points located between the menu area and the content area. To get it back, just click on those areas again. Text editor. Turning the text editor setting in the top right hand corner of a text box with a content control to the off setting will remove all existing content. Do you need more assistance? Contact Longwood University's User Support Services on the web at www.longwood.edu/helpdesk. Also available email, helpdesk@longwood.edu, and via the phone 434-395-4357 anytime the university is open, Monday through Thursday 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. and on Fridays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.